We will continue with the Christmas story. Today we will read the story titled The Tightrope Walker. Have you ever had a leak in your house? Maybe it happened at night, during a storm. That's always the worst. So you put a glass or a bottle under the leak. Maybe, if you're very bored, you watch the glass, and see how quickly it fills up. Of course, the glass fills very slowly, drop by drop. First, there's no water. Then there are a few drops, but it's still very little. It feels like the glass will never be full. But then suddenly, look, the glass is a quarter full. And now it's half full. And suddenly, the glass is full. Now you remember that you are not watching some fun film, but a leak, and you have to empty the glass and put it back. It felt the same watching the tightrope walker. How long had he been standing on the tightrope? It felt like hours. He moved so slowly that it looked like he would never get to the end. But just like a glass of water filling with drops, the tightrope walker moved. Just like the glass fills drop by drop, he moved step by step. And they were small steps. The tightrope walker didn't have to hurry. He had all the time in the world. He was having fun. But all the people standing down on the street, hundreds of meters below, were worried to death. They watched him walk between the two buildings, and they imagined it was them. They imagined how high he was, they imagined how it felt to look down from so high. They imagined him falling to his death. The tightrope walker didn't think about death. He just moved step by step. And suddenly, look. He was a quarter of the way across. He was halfway across. Soon, he would make it there. The world watched as the tightrope walker danced. Yes, it was a dance to him. Each step was like the step of a tango. The steps were simple, but they had a beauty to them. He had practiced again and again. He could walk the tightrope with his eyes closed, probably. The people began to shout and cheer, "You can do it. He's 3/4 of the way across. Just a bit more." Everyone's hearts were open to the tightrope walker. They did not imagine him dying now. They imagined him making it to the end. They imagined the feeling, when he would make the last step, and everything would be okay. But not everyone loves tightrope walkers. Not everyone can see beauty in a leak. Some people just see water going where it shouldn't go, or men walking where they shouldn't walk. These buildings did not belong to the tightrope walker. He had entered them without asking. He had thought that the people would love him, so it did not matter. But one man did not have an open heart. He had a closed, cold heart. He had reached the top of the building, and he looked at the tightrope walker. The tightrope walker waved at him, waved at the policeman. The people laughed. But the cold man did not laugh. "Shoot," he said. And the policeman shot. The tightrope walker stopped. He was 3/4 of the way there. He had been 3/4 of the way there. But now he could not take another step. Blood was coming out, drop by drop. It was falling down, hundreds of meters, to the street below. The people saw the tightrope walker's blood falling, and they screamed. The tightrope walker did not scream. He did not make any sound. He could not believe what was happening. He was still standing on the tightrope, and he had been shot in the leg. But he did not fall. "Why?" said the tightrope walker. "You were breaking the law," said the cold man. The tightrope walker laughed. "I know. But if you just wait a bit, I'll make it to where you are. Then you can arrest me. How's that?" "I don't like waiting," said the cold man. The world watched below. They could not hear the words, but they imagined what they were saying. "Don't arrest him," shouted a boy. "You can't arrest him." Other people started shouting. Soon, everyone was shouting. But the cold man did not listen to them. "I don't like waiting either," said the tightrope walker. "I've been waiting 10 years to walk this tightrope. So please, just wait a bit." And the tightrope walker started walking again. He was so close to the building. He could make it. He's going to make it. The people cried. And again, they imagined how it would feel when he took the last step. But the cold man did not like waiting, or imagining things, or being happy. "Shoot him in the heart this time." The cold man turned around to leave. He waited for the sound of the man being shot. But the sound did not come. "What are you doing?" said the cold man. "Shoot him." The policeman looked at the tightrope walker, and then at the cold man. "No," one of them said. "He's so close." "He's breaking the law," said the cold man. "He broke the law when he entered the building. That's enough reason to shoot him or arrest him." "But it's so beautiful," said the policeman. "Can't he live? Why do we have to do this?" "You are not a real policeman," shouted the cold man. "Do your job." "No," said the policeman. He put down the gun. "I won't shoot him." "Then I'll do it for you." The cold man tried to take the gun, but the policeman wouldn't give it to him. The cold man pulled the gun out of the policeman's hand. The policeman fell back. "Oh no," said someone on the street. "He's going to fall." But the tightrope walker was there now. He had made it to the building. He took his last step and caught the policeman. "Oh my God," said the policeman, looking over the building at the street below. "You saved my life. And I'm going to end your life," said the cold man. He held the gun at the tightrope walker. But the policeman jumped and pushed him. The cold man shot, but he did not hit the tightrope walker, and now the cold man was falling. The people below screamed and ran. Like water from a leak, the cold man fell. He hit the road, and his blood met the tightrope walker's. It was finished. The tightrope walker had made it. The cold man had not. "I don't understand," said the policeman, taking the tightrope walker inside the building. He helped him with his leg that had been shot. "Why did you do it?" The tightrope walker laughed. "Why not? Does beauty need a reason? God will bless you." We will continue with the Christmas story. Today we will read the story titled Big Peter and Little Peter. Once, there were two brothers, called Big Peter and Little Peter. Big Peter was big and stupid, and Little Peter was small and very clever. After their father died, Big Peter found a wife, but Little Peter couldn't find a wife. Nobody wanted him, because he was so small. So he lived with his old mother. She was a horrible woman, but Little Peter hated working, so he didn't mind living with her. But one day, it was too much. Little Peter's mother shouted at him from morning until midnight, so he said, "Fine, mother. I will go and find a job. Just stop shouting at me." So he bought a horse and rode into the world. All he had was his woolen coat, and really, he did not want to find a job. He was clever, and he was sure that he could find money without working. Little Peter rode all day and came to a farm. There, he knocked on the door, and an old woman answered. "Oh, kind old woman," he said. "I have been riding all day, and I am so tired. Could I stay the night here, perhaps?" The old woman did not look happy, but she said, "Well, my husband is working in the fields, so he will not be in his bed tonight. You can sleep there, but be quiet, and don't come into the living room." Of course, Little Peter wanted to know why, so he waited a long time and then looked into the living room. There, he saw the old woman sitting with the village priest. She gave him beer and pears, and kissed him. "Ah," thought Little Peter. "So she is sleeping with the priest." Then a knock came from the front door. The farmer had returned. "Quick, quick," said the old woman. She shoved all the pears into the cupboard, shoved the beer under the table, and shoved the priest into a large basket. The farmer came in, and Little Peter went and said hello. "Your wife said I could stay the night, because I have been traveling all day," he said. "I hope that's okay." "Of course," said the farmer. "Let us all sit and eat." So they sat down, and Little Peter put his woolen coat on the chair next to him. "What are you saying now?" said Little Peter to the coat. "Be quiet. Why are you talking to your woolen coat?" said the farmer. "Oh, it can tell the future." "Can it?" said the farmer. "And what does it see in the future?" "It says that there are pears in the cupboard." "Pears? I have not had one in so long. I did not think we had any." But he went and looked in the cupboard, and there he found some pears. "How strange," said the farmer's wife. "Yes, it is a very strange coat," said Little Peter. "It is telling the future again. It says that there is beer under the table. And I thought I drank all the beer last night," said the farmer. But he looked under the table and found the beer. "How wonderful," said the farmer. "And it is telling the future again. It says that in the big basket there is. It is such an amazing coat," said the farmer's wife. "We must buy it. Tell us, what do you want?" "Oh, I'll take that big basket, if that's okay." The farmer wanted to know what was in the basket, but the old woman gave Little Peter the basket and said goodbye, so the young man left holding the basket, which had the priest inside. As Little Peter rode his horse, he held the basket so that the priest could not get out. "Help! Help!" shouted the priest. "Shh!" said Little Peter. "Do you hear that?" They were by a river, and the priest listened to the water. Most baskets do not talk, so if you can talk, you must be a magic basket. And I don't like magic. I think I'll throw you in the river. "Wait!" shouted the priest. "I am inside the basket, and I am a priest." "I don't believe you," said Little Peter. "Why would the farmer's wife have a priest in a basket?" "Oh, I was visiting her for her health," he said. "Please, I will give you all my money if you let me out." Said Little Peter. "How much money do you have?" £500, said the priest. "Will that be enough?" "Yes, I think so." So little Peter opened the basket and let the priest out. He took the money and let the priest go, and the priest ran home very fast. Little Peter rode home, and the next day, he went to his stupid older brother, Big Peter. "Brother, yesterday I went to the market to sell my woolen coat. You'll never guess how much I got for it." "How much did you get?" said Big Peter. "£500. "Wow," said Big Peter. "I should try that, too." So Big Peter killed all his sheep and made woolen coats out of them all. But when he took them to market to sell, nobody would buy them from him. He asked for £500, and they all laughed. When Big Peter came home, he was not happy, and said, "I will go into little Peter's house tonight and chop off his head." Little Peter heard this, and before he went to bed, he said, "Mother, would you like to change beds tonight? I think it will be interesting." So his old mother slept in his bed, and when Big Peter came in, he chopped off their mother's head, and not little Peter's. The next morning, little Peter went to his brother, who was very scared. But I chopped your head off." "No," said little Peter. "You chopped our mother's head off. And now I will tell everyone, and they will kill you, I think." "Please, I'll do anything." "Anything?" "I'll give you all my money. £500. "All right," said little Peter. So Big Peter gave him all of his money, and little Peter was very happy. But little Peter wanted more money. So he put his mother's head on her body and took her to market. He put baskets of apples on her arms, so that people thought she was selling apples. "I will buy one of your apples," said a man to little Peter's mother. But the woman was dead, so she did not answer. "I said, I will buy one of your apples," said the man again. But again, the old woman did not answer. "If you do not speak to me again, I will hit you," said the man. Again, the old woman did not speak. So the man hit her, and her head came off and fell down. "Oh no," said little Peter. "You killed my mother." The man could not believe it. "I only hit her," he said. "Oh, mother, mother." Little Peter cried, and finally the man said, "Look, take all my money and don't tell anyone about this, okay?" "How much money is that?" said little Peter. £500. I suppose I can do that." So the man gave little Peter all of his money, and little Peter went home. "Oh, brother," he said, when he saw his stupid older brother, Big Peter. "I sold mother's body today, and you'll never guess how much money I made." "How much?" said Big Peter. £500. "Wow," said Big Peter. "If I had known, I would have sold her myself." Actually, Big Peter's wife had a mother who was very old. Nobody liked her, and she was going to die soon. But maybe not soon enough. So Big Peter went and chopped off his wife's mother's head, and took her to market to sell. Of course, everyone thought this was horrible, and they hit him and shouted at him. When Big Peter saw little Peter again, he said, "I am not scared of you, brother. You think you are so clever, but you are not. Because I will kill you now." "Wait," said little Peter. "I understand that I must die. But please, can I choose how I die?" "Are you scared?" said Big Peter. "Fine. How do you want to die?" "Put me in a bag and throw me into the river," said little Peter. "I want to die that way." Big Peter thought it was a horrible way to go, but he shoved little Peter into a bag, closed it and took him to the river. They were almost at the river, when little Peter said, "Brother, I want to eat a pear before I die. Could you go and get me a pear? Leave me here. I won't get out, I'm sure." "Fine, little brother," said Big Peter. So he went to get a pear, and little Peter started singing. "I'm going to heaven, heaven, heaven. I'm going to heaven, hooray." A man was walking past with lots of sheep, and he heard little Peter singing. "You are going to heaven, are you?" said the man. "I would like to go there. Can I come with you?" "Of course," said little Peter. "Just let me out of this bag and get in it yourself. You'll get there very soon. I can go next time. But you must sing the song I was singing." So the man let little Peter out of the bag, climbed in and started to sing. "I'm going to heaven, heaven, heaven. I'm going to heaven, hooray." Little Peter took the man's sheep and went home. Big Peter came and took the bag, thinking little Peter was in it. "I'm going to heaven, heaven, heaven. I'm going to heaven, hooray." Yes, brother," said Big Peter. Then he threw the bag into the river and went home. But when he got home, he found little Peter standing there with lots of sheep. "I don't believe it," said Big Peter. "I threw you in the river." And I must say thank you," said little Peter. "When you threw me into the river, I fell to the bottom. There, I found all these sheep, and they have the best wool in the world. I think I will get 1,000 pounds for the woolen coats I will make." "That's amazing," said Big Peter. He ran home and told his wife about this. "You must put me in a bag and throw me into the river. Then I'll find amazing sheep and we can sell their wool." "My dear husband," said his wife, "have you been listening to little Peter again? He is telling you stories. Don't believe him." "But he told me about woolen coats and dead bodies." "Wait, you are right. We should tell him a story, I think," said his wife. So they made a plan. They left their house and told little Peter that they were going to the river. Of course, he thought they were dead. So he started living in Big Peter's house, ate his food and slept in his bed. But Big Peter and his wife hadn't left. They were sitting inside 2 big baskets, and they waited for the night. When the night came, they came out and found little Peter in bed. "Little Peter," they said. Little Peter woke up and screamed. But you went into the river. You died." "Yes," said Big Peter. "And now we are back to kill you." Oh no, said little Peter. "Big brother, I am sorry. Please don't kill me. What can I do?" "You must give us all your money," said Big Peter's wife, "and leave here. Never come back. If you come back, we will kill you."